Wow, a school of fish having a wonderful time on the whale. This is a Scanimation ruler which Rufus Butler Center made quite a few years ago. It's very well produced, isn't it? Extraordinary art form, that. Lovely animation. I've got another one to show shortly of his amazing stuff, but the theme there of fishes is what I thought to have another look at, because I've done fish philia, I call it, before, and I suddenly discovered a whole lot more fishes in my collection. Let me show you another one. This is a very clever idea. It's for small kids really to play with. It's a sort of balancing game. It's 3 pieces of strangely shaped wood, but all obviously fishes with their eyes. And the idea is to set them up on the table and find different ways of balancing them so they look interesting. For instance, if we put that one there like that, and that one sort of holding on like that to their life, we might be able to get this top one to balance to the very top. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Or bring them down to here and balance them here. No, it's going to fall down. That's better. If you do misbalance it, well, it just falls down, but that's part of the fun of the games of it. So a lovely idea for small children to play with, to learn how to balance things and find out where the centre of gravities are. It's a nice art form, that. And to do it with fishes, I think is very, very, very opportune. Here's a lovely idea. It's one of those 3D jigsaw puzzles, but it's beautifully made. Look at the artwork that's gone into it. You can see from the cracks it's going to come apart. But before you take it apart, you just admire the fact that it's a very well rendered 3-dimensional fish. And the idea is gently pull it apart and then put it all back together again. That comes apart from there, that comes apart from there. This will just about come off with a bit of pulling. This will come off, I think, with a bit more pulling. It's quite a tricky thing to put together, actually. I think I can take it apart easy enough, but I won't try to put it together because it's going to be that much tougher. But there we are in pieces, and now the fun is, oh, that bit will come off as well, never mind. How can you put that together again? It's a little bit of entertainment for an evening. A jolly good fish there. Then another item of Rufus's, which I'm very keen on, is his kinetic cards, he calls these. It's extraordinary. When you look at it in 2 parts, it's just that, completely meaningless. But actually there's 5 sets of figures here. And when they're separated out by this sliding mechanism, you can see it actually getting motion. A whole school of fishes doing their stuff. If I go fast, it's quite fun. If I go very slowly, it's okay too. And they can go forwards like that. Or you can make the fishes go backwards. A whole school of fish, beautifully rendered. 5 different positions for him to draw through to make it look fluid, as if it's actually fish in motion swimming through the water. Beautifully done. Very, very nice indeed. Flick, 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 flick. And that's what's really underneath. So a lovely card, a greeting card this was. The last item is, I think, my favourite. This is a beautiful bit of artwork which I picked up in Hong Kong about 10, 15 years ago. It's fabulous because it moves. Look at this. That will go all the way around there before it's... And then when you try to go the other way, it only goes so far. But it's very, very well made. All silver and gold and metallics, and very obviously a fish, wiggles like that. I always feel it's almost good enough to be jewellery. So perhaps we ought to have it an earring, for instance. About there? Is that all right? Perhaps I should get my ears pierced. What do you think?